Need to decide what you're gonna do with it.
To coordinate food and water supplies.
Where do I start? I'm just not sure I'm ready.
We weren't ready to fall out of the sky on Habitat 7.
Your full duty
Well, we
roster.
survived that.
Right. So, always... It'll be nice to see some friendly faces this time.
The Nexus runs a support crew, just enough to finish building the station and provide safe harbor for the Arks.
Means we can start waking our people up.
They built a bar, right? Gotta have champagne for the welcome party.
You're expecting one?
After what we've been through, I could use a buzz.
We all could.
Yeah. Rough ride so far.
We'll bounce back. Real food and a shower are just ahead. Here we are.
I don't see any champagne.
Where is everybody? Well, this can't be right.
It's like everything's on standby.
If it's a surprise party, they're doing...
Hi there. We're from Ark Hyperion, and wondering where everybody went.
Did he hear you?
Did you say an Ark? This is the Nexus, right? Pretty sure we parked in the right place.
Of course, I'm sorry. It's just, we thought you were all dead.
What?
Or captured, or lost in dark space, or... But you're here. You have no idea how much this means.
I don't believe it. I'm Tyrion Kandros. I lead our militia on the Nexus.
I'm Scott Ryder. This is Cora Harper and Liam Costa, part of the Pathfinder team.
I'm sorry for the confusion. Our sensors told us an Ark had arrived, but Helios is notorious for scrambling equipment. We thought you were just another malfunction.
But aren't you expecting us?
You're the first Ark we've seen. After a year of waiting and no sign of the others, we shuttered this area and stopped looking.
You've been stranded for a whole year?
Longer. I'll fill you in on the way to Op Center. Everything that could go wrong with our plan has. We arrived 14 months ago. Right away, we hit a band of dark energy that knocked us off course.
We're familiar with it.
Then you'll know why we call it the Scourge. We lost whole sections of the station. A lot of people died. No power, no food. The chaos went on for months. It finally led to armed rebellion. When order was restored, the insurgents were banished. Exiles, we call them.
Are things back to normal?
Not even close. But you're here now, so maybe the worst is over.
No word from the other Pathfinders?
No word from anyone, period.
Any threats from the locals?
So far, we've stayed hidden. We're in no shape to deal with an attack.
We had a first contact situation on Habitat 7. Whole thing went south. They tried to kill us.
We're here.
You guys go ahead. I'll check out the security situation.
You should know our command structure has been fractured. Some of us are filling in for leaders who died.
Is it true?
They said drop everything and report for duty.
And no one was expecting an Ark to finally show up.
Docking procedures are green across the board.
Stand by to merge Hyperion power into the grid.
The crew of the Hyperion.
Good luck.
I'm Jaren Tan, director of the Initiative. You have no idea how much your arrival means to us.
We could use any supplies you have. Food, water, we're short on everything.
This is Foster Addison. She oversees colonial affairs. Where's the Pathfinder?
You're looking at him.
You're not Alec Ryder.
My father's dead. He made me his successor.
Alec is dead. Please understand, the entire initiative is at risk. None of the Golden Worlds panned out. They're a bust, and there's been no word from the other arcs.
What happened to them?
Unknown. Our supplies are nearly depleted. Rationing bought us some time, but even that's running out.
We need to find more resources, but that takes people, and we can't wake them up.
Until they have somewhere to live. A golden world.
Now more than ever, we need a Pathfinder.
It now falls to you, Ryder. Are you up to the task?
I may not have been the first choice, but I'm ready for this.
Youthful enthusiasm will only get you so far in Andromeda.
That's no way to treat a guest. I'm Nakmor Kesh, superintendent of this station. Hope they haven't scared you off already.
It's nothing personal, but now isn't the time for on-the-job training.
At least the Pathfinder here seems willing to try. We could use a fresh perspective.
You've heard my concerns. I'll leave you to it.
We're all feeling the pressure. Let's have a private word in my office, Ryder. We'll discuss giving you a scout ship. I'm happy to work out the details with your associate.
Welcome to the Nexus.
Thank you for standing up for me there.
Hope's in short supply here. What little we can find should have a chance
Ma'am,
to
the
bloom.
Hyperion's core is now online.
Let me show you something. An hour ago, that was all dark. But with the power from your ship, you're keeping the lights on. You have my vote.
And when the power runs out?
You'd best go talk to Director Tan. Make sure that doesn't happen. And don't be shy. Come see me when you have a chance.
Taylor, where's Veteran?
This is Nexus Control to Hyperion. It's good to have you
No,
here.
it isn't what we wanted, but what... All right, what happened?
To who?
To whom? Sorry, not how he died. I pulled those logs. What happened with Pathfinder?
In the moment, it saved my life. But it seems my father meant for me to get the role eventually.
It isn't hereditary. If we wanted an inbred monarchy, we could have left half our gene stock back home. Not home. The Milky Way. This is home. This mess. We don't have a lot of options, Ryder. Maybe you'll prove your father right. After 14 months of failed colonization, forgive me if I don't hold my breath.
There's also the strange technology. Has anyone studied that?
We've tried. Not me. The brains in research. They're supposed to know their business. The current excuse? The tech we dug up on Mars was more advanced, but it was plug and go. The tech here thinks different? I don't know. We've mostly avoided it. And from what the Hyperion logs say about Alec, maybe that's good.
How do you fit into the Nexus leadership?
I oversee the... As Tan is quick to remind... Left a perfectly adequate career as a chief officer. Provincial capital, too. Only a new galaxy could pull me away. And here we are, idling.
You called my father Alec. No one does that.
A lot of us joined the initiative because of his vision. What he shared of it, anyway.
Were you friends? Or...
I'm not your new mother, if that's what you're asking. Or his friend. He hated that I didn't use his title. But no one's a Pathfinder until they've path-found something. Much like a colonial director without colonies.
There must be some kind of plan for encountering hostile aliens. We can't have been that naive.
We expected life, not an enemy that refuses to talk. They don't attack, they disinfect. We're nothing until we're bacteria. Sorry, 14 months and you stoop to poetry. That's how bad it is. Not sure who started it, but we're calling them Kett. Kandros will know more. Maybe too much.
You don't trust him?
I trust him to defend us. I do not trust a rising military influence in a supposedly civilian initiative. We came here to make history, Ryder, not repeat it. Ugh, goddamn poetry.
You've had no colony successes in over a year. How many tries is that?
Less than you'd think. The Scourge, spoiled worlds, exiles, hostiles. We can't just plop down an outpost and expect picket fences. We need the Pathfinder and Sam to scout, evaluate, and inspire. The initiative promised a goal. Andromeda has not cooperated.
And if it had?
Beautiful utopian horseshit. Colonies that produce and support each other. The Nexus as Citadel. Not headed by Tan. Or even me.
Excuse me, Director Addison.
Ryder?
It's Pathfinder.
Ryder, we're starving here. If we don't get a foundation of outposts to feed the initiative, we might as well be 600 years dead. Alec promised a lot. None of it panned out. That's what you're up against. Why people won't trust you. Why I don't trust you. Prove me wrong.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion. All non-relevant repair requests are currently on hold until power coupling is complete.
This is the planet where we landed. Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to livable.
That's been true of every world we've found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
Good. I was starting to wonder who was in charge around here.
Director Addison is entitled to her opinion, and mine overrules hers.
Does she know that?
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove yourself. To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the golden worlds unlivable. Then there's the aliens you ran into, the Kett. They're obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
How?
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay, but you said every planet you found is unlivable. So, how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right. I think I should go check on things.
And if I fail, I guess it's no sweat off your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
Just point me to my ship and I'll be out of here.
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for Eos will be in the computer. And when you have a moment, we should discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that. Ah!
Something wrong?
Ryder, please see me and Sam Node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
No, I'm fine.
Looks fine so far.
I know that look. The others bent your ear, did they?
Something like that?
You get used to it. Just focus. Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ.
What's the word on the...
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed. If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent. I was tired.
The good one?
The Kandros family. Then my... But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so...
You talk like...
I was a... They penned it. By the time
That sounds...
the militia grew from there. Funny, once the heat is up... But it's hard to focus with our archimacy. We usually... They don't talk.
Why?
No one knows. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus. I have... In fact...
Thank...
Our current ops are on the terminal. See if there's anything that could use a shot where it counts.
Bye, Ken.
You and me both, Path.
All personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity. Security is on...
What am I going to do? It's not right.
What's wrong?
Oh my, maybe you can... My husband. He's locked up and slated for exile, for a crime he didn't commit.
What exact...
They don't exile you for pay. They say it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda, but the dead man was... There are witnesses, and his name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the details if you were willing to speak with him. Please.
I'd be happy...
Oh, thank you. I'm sure the jailer will allow you a visit. Please, tell Nilken I love him.
Engineering update.
But the planet was toxic. What if they store oxygen in... You must be the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and...
Thanks.
Professor Herrick, my colleagues and I will work with your SAM and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
You are always well.
Not that we've had much to say.
But you're
And me?
Pathfinder Ryder, if you will.
Tram technicians, please report to the Hyperion coupling annex.
There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing. At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
What kind of work do you do?
I was part of the team that I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible.
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan...
You haven't spoken to number 8 yet. Tan. I can tell you, my clan were supposed to settle matters and in return, get more say in the initiative.
Why do you call Tan...
Because he was 8th in line to take over the... I like to remind him of that now and then. Keep him humble.
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but then Addison's assist... It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
What sort of...
Situation's gone to shit pretty... There's arcs... And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, was killed. Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tan might know more. And my team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon, things will go downhill. Fast.
When we left the Milky Way, the
Right. The genophage. That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survive.
No wonder your people have such a problem.
Some wounds never heal. I'm hoping that's all in the past. Plenty of blame to go... There's no cure.
So...
Our scientists... Beyond all the statistics, it means more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
Nothing more for now.
Later. Yes, I know the Hyperion.
weapons and stuff. It'd be a lot easier if I weren't missing half my stock.
You got it.
That's fine. Hey, wait. Please don't drop anything you bought from me. Tam would have my head if anything.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion. Are on hold. Please await further instructions.
Ryder, you have my condolences for your father.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
They're as much a part of the initiative as the human arc. We'll find...
We have to. Did you have some other business?
It sounds like the next...
Publicly, the Scourge killed... Even the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, is dead. With the rest of the leadership, they were killed instantly. Gian Garson never glimpsed Helios.
Cantor's mentioned something about hitting the Scourge.
We had no choice but to turn... Exiles, we called them. I doubt we've heard the last of them. They're led...
Who is this?
She was head of security on the Nexus. She misguided sympathy for the plight of the common citizen.
There don't seem to be...
Good riddance. The Krogan demanded a greater say in good for fighting and lifting heavy objects. When they didn't get what they wanted...
Why don't you like the...
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant species. My people tried to uplift them. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
What more?
We are the bravest souls each species has. But she persevered. While we cannot promise they will find... As a Solarian, my kind tend to have a low opinion of them. Nothing I've seen here has changed that. They don't see me as the... In practice, we are... I was deputy assistant for... What?
Right. Sorry.
No. If they're the same... Should you find any clues, please investigate.
Are there any other arc...
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave. But before depart, it seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well. Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come. Also, scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And
what can you tell me about...
I was afraid you'd ask. It's... A forward station allows mining, but seeing as how every colonization effort has failed...
That's all.
I'm happy.
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine. My arms got the brunt of it.
Stuff exploded.
Back right after the mutiny.
I wasn't there during the mutiny.
Lucky. I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just... If someone has...
That?
Yeah. And now I have...
Whoever's doing this has to...
I've scanned all the potential... Would you, if you have time, maybe you could...
Sure thing.
If you could scan these up... I've sent... No, I'm fine. And I don't know, it just blew up.
Find out why. Be careful.
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel. Scanning power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or sabotage.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
Scan and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the saboteur used.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions. Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once. All personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity. Security is on heightened alert. Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%. Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
All right, moving up.
Pathfinder, I received the data from Sam. It really is sabotage.
Any idea as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were worked on by Zara. I just can't believe it.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
Zara Kellis?
Yes?
I have evidence you...
What?
Funny. Raj?
My scans point at Raj as the one.
The data Miss Kellis has accumulated is strangely similar to Mr. Patil's. A third party seems likely.
Looks like someone is using both.
They need pretty high... It's better than thinking Raj... Wish I had...
I'll check out the Raj, you there?
Yes. How did it go? Is it really her?
Wasn't her. She had proof pointing at you. I figure someone's been messing...
Hello, Scott. Welcome back to Sam Node. I've adjusted my...
Yeah, what was that about?
You should know certain facts before you leave on your expedition. It seemed best we speak alone.
Sam, if we're going to work together, you can't keep hiding things.
Apologies. I am simply...
What was he keeping secret?
My true capability. Alec overrode the implant safety protocols.
And that's...
And only you. I can act as a force multiplier. Dramatic. Alec called them. Your father preferred to keep this fact to himself.
I can understand. People might get... What do you get?
Though I'm artificial in design,
I don't follow. You're an...
I am a new form of AI, drawing directly from the human experience. Your implant is my window into the world.
That's...
But beyond what many people will accept.
Yeah, he's got a point.
I find myself in an unusual position. He placed a block.
Why?
But not without... Perhaps you should... In the meantime...
Thanks.
Crew muster schedules have been posted.
Ready to see what Tan gave us?
I hear it's something special. Pathfinder en route. How's the ship?
In final checks and looking great.
We won't be long. The way things are going, we'll be on our own out there.
In other words, we're making this up as we go.
We used to call that tactical improvisation. But at least we'll be doing it in style. They call her the Tempest.
Let's go take a closer look.
Let's pick it up a bit, people. We're 14 months late. So you're the one who's making everything happen. Vetra. Vetra Nix. Initiative Wrangler, Provisioner, Gunner, and everything in between. Are we ready? The sooner we get out of here, the better.
You're coming with us?
Yes. Otherwise, there's no way they're letting this ship off the station.
Yeah. Let's go see the rest of Helios.
Hold it, hold it! You're not going anywhere.
Damn it.
Is something wrong?
Director Addison wants to see a complete report of the Tempest supplies, munitions, and crew.
Director Tan overruled Addison.
The ship's loaded out with equipment for outpost discovery, squarely under Director Addison's purview.
Seen you around. Ben, right? Came here with a family, didn't you? Son still in cryo? I could pull some strings, get him to the front of the line.
Really?
Yeah, really.
They told me he wasn't essential, but I miss him.
I know. I got family too, Ben.
It's done. Addison's gonna kill me.
Nicely done.
Part of the job, Pathfinder. All things considered, it was an easy ask. And right now, you need people tearing down obstacles, not putting up more.
Finally, someone who cares about doing stuff and not just talking about it.
Everything's the best in their field.
Glad to see you're doing so well, Scott.
The engine core is based on the Ark's Odyssey drive.
It runs a hell of a lot quieter.
That's Gil Brody. Engineer, mechanic, all-around wrench jockey. We call this the research room. There's space for upgrading equipment, gathering intel.
Router engaged. Securing connection to Tempest.
Welcome aboard, Sam. And Ryder, of course.
All run by Suvi Anwar, our science officer. Your quarters are below. Plenty of space up here to get everyone together. It's all yours. She's light, stealthy, and the fastest ship in her class.
It's really gonna be something, isn't it?
I haven't even shown you the best part. When you're ready to fly, head over to the bridge. Our pilot should have everything good to go.
Better head to the bridge when we're ready to go.